Hello, good afternoon. I am your usual host and presenter, Advocate Tulu Hoyani. There's breaking news, which I just could not hold for tomorrow. I just thought I should bring you this breaking news as soon as it breaks. What is this breaking news? Gininda is now saying there's a plot to have him killed. Can you imagine that? The report has come up in the Sunday World newspaper. And when you read that report, you just come across information that where Gininda says he has been warned. It's not very clear by who has warned him. He has been warned that there are people out there who are out to get him killed. You know, and you ask yourself, who would want Gininda dead? Because all that people have been saying is, we want justice for Senzo Meyiwa. I don't know what purpose it would serve to have Gininda killed. Because, as a matter of fact, the 5 accused persons that Gininda is implicated by way of docket 636 are all sitting in jail. How then do they plan, if it is them, how then do they plan his murder or death when they are incarcerated under some of the most stringent conditions imaginable? Now, I think Gininda is battling with his conscience and wants to elicit some sympathy of some sort by saying, by playing the victim, When through his actions, we know there are 5 men sitting in the High Court, in the Pretoria High Court, who are probably innocent of that crime that they've been charged with. Because if, we were to say these people are being rightly charged in terms of docket 636, what then do we make of docket 375? Now, Gininda has successfully brought docket 636 to the court. And these people have been prosecuted. Now we get this shocking news that somebody wants to get him killed. We don't know who it is, who this person that wants to get him killed is and why. And he has also been warned, to watch his steps or his moves, by whom we don't know. Personally, I think it is not fake news, because at least there's a source. The source is Gininda. But I think Gininda, is a man in trouble. I think Gininda is a man in trouble. Gininda is a man in trouble who is fighting with his conscience. He's fighting with his conscience because I know, he knows deep down that the men sitting in that dock in the Pretoria High Court may well not be the people who killed Senzo Meyiwa. So he's coming up with all these allegations to divert attention away from the real issues. You see, the real issues. And the real issues is, are these the right people? Or are these the people who ought to be charged with the death of Senzo Meyiwa or the killing of Senzo Meyiwa? Now, this sort of thing is unwarranted for, and frankly speaking, is nonsensical, because by coming up with stories like this, Gininda, I don't know whose sympathies he thinks he's going to get, but he's trying to divert attention away from the real issues. And the real issues are what is unfolding in the Pretoria High Court in terms of docket 636. And also this other docket 375, which is haunting Gininda, because Gininda knows for a fact, right, that there is docket 375, which says something quite to the contrary, right? So we are getting all these nonsensical, allegations of flaws and all the rest of it. Patricia Mashale, Patricia Mashale has commented about these allegations by Gininda, that, there are people who want to kill him. But Isha Mashal has just disposed of it all and said, you know, who is there any enemy left for Gininda? Because all the people that, could potentially have something to, or some reason to harm him, are all dead. Remember the sense of Meyiwa trial, we have got something like 9 or in excess of 9 people who have lost their lives. So this is another nonsensical story doing the rounds, wherein we find somebody who is at the center of a highly controversial investigation, a highly controversial trial, now wanting us, to show him some sympathy by saying, well, somebody out there is intends to, do away with me or kill me. I think people are looking for the truth of what happened on that fateful day when Senzo lost his life. What purpose would it serve to have Gininda dead? I see no reason. I see no reason how it would benefit anybody to have Gininda dead. The only thing is, if all these things that Gininda has been behind are exposed, for what they are, all that we want is that justice be taken. Justice be, justice should follow its course as far as Gininda goes. Not to harm him. I don't think anybody has got a reason to harm Gininda. So this is just a ploy and a ruse to divert attention away from the real issues, And the man is, battling with his conscience, and I think that is all there is to it. So this sort of thing, we'll keep tabs on this. Perhaps we are going to get more information coming out of this if there's anything behind it. Because you see, if you make allegations to the effect that there is a plot, then you must give us that plot. You must have the plot. You must have the details of that plot. At the end of the day, we must also find out, or you must also, make us aware who is behind that plot. You must also give us some motive for that plot. Right? We need all those facts, Gininda, if anything is going to come out of this. Otherwise, we are just going to, throw it away in the dustbin and forget about it. Because as it is, the story doesn't say much, except that, it is just intended to divert attention away from the real issues. So I personally think it is fake news. It is just manufactured by Gininda to elicit some sympathy from somebody. But I think Gininda, if you want sympathy, this is too little, too late. This is not the way to get it. The only way you can get sympathy, Gininda, is by coming up with the truth of what happened on that fateful day. Nothing less and nothing more. I will keep tabs on the story. It is bound to attract a lot of media attention going forward, especially if there's anything to it. Even if it was a lot of hot air, we are going to follow it up and expose it for what it is, hot air. Having said that, let me thank you for all the views that I'm seeing and the subscriptions that I'm seeing. And please have a nice Sunday evening. Thank you very much.